might be one way to look at it, but I think hungry's the other way to look at it, because he knew that a year ago he let one slip through here by maybe playing a little too nice. And when he got to Kyle Busch, I pretty much summed it up. I was going to get by him, or at least get alongside of him. And when they made contact, great short track racing, great effort.
Yeah, Larry, Mike, Darrell, you never know if it's your last one. And you could see Jeff Gordon, he was beginning to wonder, but obviously he came through.
Oh, it was a mixture of elation and relief. And what I like was, as his car coasted around to victory lane, the first fellow to the driver's window was his crew chief the last few seasons, Steve Letarte. Very classy move, but gosh, to see Jeff Gordon on top again, what a great day.
There's Letarte right there. And this is the 5th crew chief that Jeff Gordon has won with. So Jeff Gordon, it's chemistry, man. We say it all the time, Larry. You got to have the communication. You got to have the chemistry. And when Rick Hendrick made that change, it was the right change.
But I tell you what, we've been watching Jeff Gordon. This is his 19th season in Sprint Cup, and he's won a lot of races. He's won 3 Daytona 500s. But what I just saw, and it's been a long time, 2 years, as he said, I see more enthusiasm and energy in him. I think he may be on that drive for 5.
He started 20th and ended up in victory lane today. Let's meet the runner-up with Steve Burns.
Well, Kyle Busch, you had a spectacular weekend, 2 wins and a second-place finish. I heard you say on the radio to your crew, I didn't do a very good job in the first part of the race. What did you mean by that?
It was a real big mistake on my part early, and the first person I got to apologize to is Carl Edwards, obviously, for what happened there on the backstretch. It just got out from underneath me, and we were getting bounced around like a ping pong ball there for a while, and I got into him and just killed his day. I know he was frustrated, and I could tell out there on the racetrack, but I apologize. I don't know how many times. It was unintentional, especially for the way we raced yesterday. It was so good to race that way and to put on a good show in front of these fans and to have that happen. I know they had a good race car, so all that aside, just can't thank these guys enough with this Combos Camry. They did a great job this weekend bringing up a great race car off the truck, and we had a fun time today. We came through a lot of adversity. We worked real hard. Dave and the guys never gave up, and the pit stops were good all day. So, we kept battling through everything that was thrown at us. And, there at the end, Jeff just had a better car than us. I thought that I was going to be able to, when I got out to a big enough lead, I thought, man, I got it. I can hold him off with this car. And he just ran me down and flat out passed me, So he was really, really fast, and we couldn't hold him back. So it's good to see those guys back in victory lane. Those are all my old 5 guys. So that's cool if anything's good about today.
See you in your hometown next weekend.
All right, thanks.
Well, Jimmy, you weren't very fast in practice. You weren't very fast in qualifying. Not very fast at the beginning of the race. But here you are, finishing 3rd at the end. How'd you do it? Where'd the speed come from?
Well, we've worked on a lot of new stuff over the off season, and we tried to test. So we had some weather keeping us from testing, and with that, in the way that our sport is now, without having any preseason testing, we've been testing all week. And even the first half of the race, I got to give a lot of credit to Chad, being aggressive, coming to pit road often, big changes to the car, and we woke it up. So I'm happy to get this finished. Needless to say, I'm happy for Jeff, happy for Hendrick Motorsports to win. The more we all run these new cars in the new style sets we're developing, the better we're going to be. And one of them won today, so the new one was 3rd. So we're off to a good start. Very happy for Lowe's and Cobalt Chevrolet, and we'll go to the next one.
A good day for 5-time Jimmy Johnson.
Well, nobody loves this racetrack more than Kevin Harvick. You had to struggle through some adversity. How bad were you smelling and sniffing that wind, knowing that this track's going to change next time we come back here?
Well, first off, I just got to thank everybody from Jimmy John's and Budweiser and Chevrolet and everybody at RCR for everything they do. We had a weird day. We wrecked once and then about wrecked again and then got into it with a couple cars and came both front fenders in. I wish we could have raced the car and not being tore up, but all in all, everything went good. Guys on the pit crew can do it. We just got to get the consistency there, and we'll be right where we need to be.
Not a win, but he takes the top 5 home for his 10-year anniversary.
Thanks a lot. It was a story of comebacks for guys like Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick, who were involved in wrecks and worked their way back up to the top. And for Jeff Gordon, he moves up 20 positions in points. I know it's just the 2nd race of the season. Look at Dale Earnhardt Jr. rallied to kind of get within that top 10 as well.
He's going to fight back. He went down a lap and was able to make it up, and again, battling his way back through there. And Denny Hamlin, the guy who kind of felt like he maybe lost his championship chase in 2010 here at Phoenix, had a decent top 10 finish today.
Our pole sitter, Carl Edwards, wrecking early, finishing 28th. Again, Jeff Gordon leading the most laps, 138. Tony Stewart next on that list, and then Kurt Busch.
Now, how about Trevor Bayne, our Daytona 500 champion? He had a very short and abbreviated day. A lot of people expecting things out of him, but, well, there's always next time.
Yeah, you know, it's Oscars night, Academy Awards in Hollywood. If we had a NASCAR movie today, the kids are all right. Trevor Bayne and Joey Logano, the 20-year-olds. Kyle Busch would star in The Fighter, and Jeff Gordon would star in True Grit, as we check the way the point standings are after 2 of 36 points races.
How about that? The Busch brothers leading the points, headed into their hometown of Las Vegas next week, so that's going to be pretty impressive.
As the celebration continues, and Jeff Gordon was wondering if it would ever come. Coming up on Fox, Animation Domination. Speaking of the Dominator, Jeff Gordon winning, but his teammate Jimmy Johnson finishing third. Animation Domination, the gift is The Simpsons Keep on Giving. And then Bob's Burgers, and you can sink your teeth into a full hour of Family Guy. It all starts tonight at 7 Central. Next Sunday, NASCAR on Fox moves to Las Vegas. Remember, Jeff Gordon thought he had that race won last year before Jimmy Johnson pulled into victory lane ahead of him. For more coverage of this race, our friends over at Speed will have a lot of coverage on Jeff Gordon's win from today in Phoenix, as NASCAR President Mike Helton shaking hands with the winner. And so far, we have a 20-year-old pulling off the Daytona 500 and a 39-year-old four-time champ getting back into victory lane for the first time in 66 races.
A little bit of young with a little bit of the old. Looks pretty good to me right now, buddy.
And Jimmy Johnson talking about a bounce back in the bigger picture with Kevin Harvick, those guys that want to be there in terms of the points racing as we head to Las Vegas.
You know, the day didn't necessarily, make the difference whether you're going to make the chase or not, but it does help you kind of turn your season around at least early on.
For DW, Larry and Mike, for Steve, Krista, Dick, and Matt, along with Jeff Hammond, I'm Chris Myers. Special thanks, by the way, to our pre-race show producer, Bill Richards, moving up in the Fox family. We welcome in Chuck McDonald at that position. This has been a Barry Landis production directed by Artie Kempner. All special effects were real. Join us next Sunday from Las Vegas, 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific, for the pre-race show delivered by Pizza Hut. I'm Chris Myers. Thanks for watching NASCAR on Fox.